Absolutely. Yes. If he gave me 3 girls, I'd be happy with my 3 girls. Shooting for a boy.
I would like one more Michelle, whatever God gives us.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Cole Life. Today, we just want to have a really intimate conversation with you all, kind of bring you into our world a little bit with a topic that we have talked about, you have definitely asked about, and want to share where we're at with it as far as having another kid.
Yeah. Real quick, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, get to be a part of our community, and yeah, let's talk about it. Some of you may know that we went through IVF to have Asa, and thinking about having another kid is a little overwhelming because that journey was not easy, and it was a lot. That's all I can really say about it. It was a lot. Of course, we want to believe that we can have, that we want to have kids naturally, while also thinking about if we do have to do IVF financially, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, we have to prepare for that. And we do want our kids to be close. We don't want them to be too far apart in age. All of that kind of comes into play as far as our thought processes if we're going to start to have kids now.
And it's not just that, it's also like just the simple handling of 2 children versus 1 and having the capacity, the bandwidth to do that, and making sure we're in a good rhythm with Asa, which I think we are absolutely in a good rhythm with Asa. Yeah. Wonderful rhythm at this point. But there's also things, just as like we had a bucket list of things that we wanted to do before we had our first child, Lexi has created a bucket list of things that she wants to do before we have our second child.
Yeah, because there's things that first of all, there's things that you can do while you are trying during the IVF stage.
Yeah.
And also just going through that is, can be emotionally draining.
Is
emotionally draining.
Yes.
And I just want to get right. A huge thing, we've kind of been hinting at this, but a huge thing that I felt did not go well with IVF was my egg count. That really bothered me. And looking at research of being healthy and making sure that you are taking care of yourself, I felt like I was somewhat good with that, but not as good as I wanted to be as far as the food that I was eating. And we've been doing a journey of making sure that we are both healthy for IVF.
If that's what we have to do.
If that's what we have to do.
Or even just, again, if we're naturally trying to conceive, being in a healthy place physically, that if there's a possibility that can happen, that we're doing everything we can for that to happen.
Yeah, and I feel like we are very much a team when it comes to just our health, our mental health, our spiritual, just well-being. All of that we've been doing together. One of the things on our bucket list is making sure that we're working out together and just being active and eating better, which that has been a struggle for both of us.
Sometimes it's hard for me when I latch onto something that I love to give it up, right? Or to, I would even say portion control things.
Yes.
So when it comes to, I like, my pop, my cream sodas and root beer. I like chips, I love things like that. Even just not eating vegetables has been a problem in the past. I've been doing a lot better with it.
Yes.
And I'm more open to eating a lot of different vegetables. But, that's been a struggle, and controlling myself and disciplining myself to have a better diet has been kind of an ongoing challenge. We've changed some things in our lives to really put an effort towards that. And there's definitely a good enough reason to do that.
Yeah. And we've been trying to be more plant-based, and also not even just with food, but just environmentally conscious, using glass instead of plastic. All of that matters. But our biggest thing is that we are trying to be more plant-based, being more healthy, and realizing that there is an easy way to have healthy food and to contain healthy food without spending a ton of money or trying to make it yourself. The problem is that we don't really have time to cook and understand all of the things that go with plant-based foods or healthy, natural products. And that's why we are so thankful that we partnered with Bistro, which is a 100% plant-based meal prepping company. All of their products they are giving you the best natural organic ingredients that you can find. As parents, we have a hard time trying to manage taking care of Aza, making food that's actually healthy for us and figuring out what that looks like, because we get up at 5:30 in the morning to work out before Aza wakes up, and then we have to eat before Aza wakes up, and then we start our day. Brian is on meetings consistently, so it's really hard for us to figure out what we're going to eat and eat in a healthy way. So I'm thankful that we have Bistro, and it's easy to make, quick to use. The instructions are super simple.
I'm gonna have this barbecue pizza because it looks scrumptious, and if I could be healthy while eating scrumptious, I'm good with that.
That looks good.
So diet has a role to play. Working out has a big role to play with us getting right before we take this next step. But it is a lot more than that as well. The spiritual journey and the emotional journey that we've undertaken going through IVF was a toll for both of us.
Yeah.
And we have to be in a place where we're ready for that again. It's almost like how I want to do an addition onto the house already. And Lexi's like, no, that building process took a toll. Like, I need to breathe and enjoy it for a little bit before we take that next step.
Yeah. Like, yes, it was emotionally draining, but I felt like I was in the midst, and I felt like I was at the best peaceful place possible. And I just want to make sure I am in that. The reason why we want to talk about it is because I know a lot of other people are going, either thinking about going through IVF or they've been through IVF. And some of the tools that we are doing, if we need to start again or try again or whatever, is just to make sure that we are in a good place in all of these areas of our life, ready to support each other, be there for each other, and just, all of those things. And that's a huge factor is if you're going into IVF.
Having said that, drum roll, Lexi and I have been having very serious conversations about trying again. We're not necessarily preventing things right now, but I don't know if we're going to intentionally be actively trying for probably a few more months. But I do think we're going to give it a period of time where we do try naturally to conceive. And if after a certain period of time we're unable, then we will be going through the IVF process again. Yeah. So, we're saving up for that, and we're getting all these things together in order for that, because as Lexi said, like, we want our kids to be together and close together in age so they can grow up together, they can have fun, they can be, close with each other. I'm kind of shooting for a boy here at this point. I got my daughter.
Oh, wow.
Ready for that male child.
We're happy with whatever God gives us.
Absolutely. Yes. If he gave me 3 girls, I'd be happy with my 3 girls. Shooting for a boy.
I would like one more Michelle, whatever God gives us.
Just petition the Lord of our desires. I think another really important thing that we should mention is I was ready for a second child probably 3 days after Aza was born.
Yes.
Like, I saw how cute that little baby was, and I'm like, I'm on board. I'm ready to have a whole squad. Let's do it all. But I think what was really important is, even though I was ready, to not pressure her, because she had to go through a whole lot more than I did. From pregnancy, IVF, the labor, even now watching Aza day to day while I'm working during the days, that's a lot of pressure on her. And that's a lot to ask for her to take on more of until she's ready for that. And so I just think it was really imperative for us to have that conversation, be communicative. She knew that I was ready. She knew that I wanted, but I was not putting any pressure on her.
And you were a constant reminder of that. I feel like you constantly reminded, whenever you're ready, no pressure. And you did mention that quite a bit. So yeah. I personally didn't feel pressure at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I really feel like that's important, because I would never want her to go through this process feeling like it wasn't comfortable for her or the timing that she wanted. I mean, the process is hard enough to go through, even if we weren't doing IVF.
Yeah.
But then to feel like you were pushed into it against your will, that's just something that's not acceptable. You feel like you are now at the place where you're like, where you want to be for the most part to have kids.
I feel like there's things that I have to do that I want to make sure, health-wise, and I want to do IVF in a better way, as far as there's a ton of stuff that you can do to just build your egg count and make sure that you are in the best place possible to produce the best results, because we have to do IVF completely over. We have no eggs left.
Yeah.
And so that means that we have to start from scratch. And if I want to have other kids, I don't want to start from scratch. So this is the goal, is to make sure I don't have to start from scratch. This is this IVF. I'm believing God that I can just start when, we have frozen eggs, we have ones available for future, and that's what I would want to do.
And for those of you that don't know, we actually decided to put 2 embryos inside of Lexi, and for a minute there, we really were believing that we were gonna have twins.
Yeah.
And I was actually really hype about twins. And then only 1 embryo really took, so here we have Asa.
Yeah.
But that was literally our last embryos, our last eggs, and it took all of that for Asa to be here. But if we feel like maybe if we were more healthy, and it's not to blame us or anything,
right?
We don't carry that guilt, but
just to be in the best shape possible to produce the best results. That's what I want to do.
And make it easier on ourselves.
Right. I'm not putting pressure on myself. I'm not making sure like, oh my gosh, I got to do all this work. It's like, no, I want to be healthy. I want to be in a good place, all of that. And that's for just me in general. So I am not like, oh my God, I got to do this at all. I am taking this very light and very airy. And those that know me know that I'm not a person to do that.
Listen, we're trying to get right in all aspects of life. Lexi's got me on skincare routines now that she's making sure that I don't have wrinkles when I get older. So, from top to bottom, left to right.
And you look good. I definitely want to add, having a support system is huge. We did IVF alone pretty much. I only told one person.
People who knew. Yeah.
But in the very beginning, when we were trying, we didn't really tell many people.
No, because we wanted to surprise our family. And so we did not have a support system. Nobody really knew we were trying except maybe one person.
Yeah.
And when we went through IVF, our family knew and they were there to support us.
Yeah.
But knowing that from the beginning of that journey, we have everyone on board and cheering for us.
And we're not afraid to talk about it. I think it was a little bit of shame or a little bit of uncomfortability, but I feel a lot more open. I mean, of course, even through the uncomfortability we shared with you guys on YouTube, but I feel a lot more comfortable to share our truth and to share where we are and be open that more people are experiencing this, sadly enough, and more people than we know. And I want to open the table to talk. So that's why we wanted to share this video, is to, one, tell people that it's okay to talk about it. We are here. And we can be the, people that you see and how we've handled IVF. I
don't know if many of you have seen our journey through the IVF, but the main reason why we were unable to have kids naturally conceiving is because of me. Some challenges that, we have are on me and my body. So taking that responsibility on, sent me in a weird direction in my head and how I define myself and, and not letting that define myself. So I think we got to a much better place by the time we were ready for IVF. I had a lot of prayer. God really showed me my identity and, who I am and all of those things to be ready for that journey. And now it's like, I'll just mention it to anybody.
Yeah, you're really straight now.
I'm really straight now. It's like I have no shame in my game. Like this is what it is.
And the crazy thing is, like, I am so excited to have another baby.
Oh heck!
It's just the journey of having that baby is.
But pregnancy was fun too. Pregnancy was fun.
It was fun. And that's the thing, like I really feel like God gave me grace for all of it. I mean, I feel like after I had that birth, I was like, okay, not that bad.
Women do really forget, don't they? I will remember.
Like, no. That night, that's not how you were.
Those 3 nights were long. No, it was 2 nights, right?
2.5, I think. I don't forget. But anyway, so all in all, we are having conversation. We are talking about it. And if you guys have any questions about IVF and what that journey was and what we're doing to get ready, let us know in the comments. We appreciate you guys hearing us out, and let us know what you think.
Just pray with us. Pray for God's will to happen in this next phase. and we will keep you updated. We will let you know when we officially are trying.
Yeah.
And then, you know, God willing, we have it naturally. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe to our channel. We would love for you all to be a part of our videos and our community and join in the conversations that we have. And have a great night, guys. Bye.
All right, bye.